Very effective punt. Dead at the 6-yard line. Gary Van Elst covering the ball as we have a timeout at Iowa Stadium in Iowa City. The score, Iowa 9, Michigan State 3. From an angle, the end zone of Iowa from its own 6, Bud.
And you can see the rather narrow splits in the line.
Tom Smith. 79 in white was Ron Joseph. And he got help from about 3 teammates.
And Iowa that time did not use their pre-shift. They lined up in the I formation momentarily, then jumped into the regular set in the backfield to run the off-tackle play.
So with the ball at the 8, it's 2nd down and 8 for Iowa. They lead 9-3. Levi Mitchell, number 10. Levesque, the offensive left tackle, helping to make a hole for Mitchell as Mike Hogan makes the tackle, as you see, just shy of the 15. So it'll be a 3rd down, a little more than 2 for Larry Lawrence, the junior Iowa quarterback. And Mitchell, more than enough, out to the 20, 1st down, Iowa.
And that's the value of the shift formation. You don't need to run too many plays from the pre-shift. The defense is lined up just a little bit inside, as they were that time, and you get it off with a quick toss. There's daylight to the outside.
There is Duffy Doherty. That's Reardon at the top of your screen, the flanker. The nearest man to the ball was the official, as you see.
Between halves, I know that both coaches were talking to their teams about the various defensive patterns being used. Iowa did not vary their defense. The first time Michigan State had the ball, they were able to control them very well, and thus far, Michigan State has not come in with anything different or new.
2nd down and 10 now from the 20 for Iowa. Lawrence. Reardon. Doug Barr covering Reardon, number 22 in the black jersey, bringing up a 3rd and 10.
And McLee, the rover back for Michigan State, read it properly. You could see him line up at the top of the screen, then just before the ball was snapped, dropping off and out to be ready for the pass.
Look at the Michigan State defense on the left, defending against the Iowa quarterback, who has thrown 20 times, 10 completions, and 1 touchdown. Osby, who caught the touchdown pass, is split at the top of your screen. And coming in was number 42, Jay Breslin of East Lansing, a junior.
And he's the defensive halfback. He lined up on the line of scrimmage. One more man than Iowa's ready for.
Loss of 12, 4th down and 22. Each team now has had the ball once here in the 3rd quarter with 9:25 to go. Iowa leading 9-3. Reardon to punt. Tom Kaczynski back along with Doug Barr. Kaczynski. Field position at the Iowa 43. Osby knocked him down. Timeout here at Iowa Stadium, and in the 3rd quarter. Good field position for Michigan State at the Iowa 42, 1st down. This is Triplett. Cole. That was Cole, covered by Ray Cavol, number 20, bringing up a 2nd down and 10.
Iowa continues to move their linebacker up into the line of scrimmage to the slot back side. They're in a 5-3, but with the outside linebacker moving up on the line, they have 6 men on the line of scrimmage.
Bill Triplett, who has thrown 9 times, completing 4 for 69 yards, now faced with a 2nd and 10. And Highsmith, grabbed by number 63, Larry Eli, first of all, and Rich Stepanek.
And they hit that one with a little power. That's the pattern of offense they used last week as they defeated the University of Michigan. But Iowa has been in very tight all day long and has not given them much room inside. Here go the two backs into the game as they expect a forward pass.
3rd down and 5 now at the Iowa 37. Iowa leading 9-3. Coe is split to the far side. Foreman, 84, is in the slot. They need 5. Jerry Johnson on a key tackle. Loss back to the 38-yard line, so it'll be a 4th down and 6.
The Iowa defense really is keeping that pressure on.
Hans Suter, who put Michigan State ahead 3-0 on a 29-yard field goal.
It's a good thing they didn't step on his foot there, Chris.
Yes, because, you know, that would hurt without that shoe. It's a 55-yard attempt. No good, and a loose ball. Craig Clemens receiving it for Iowa. Recovered by Iowa, and there was a big play by Chris Hamilton. He has 2 interceptions today, number 25, and also recovered that fumble.
That makes your heart go up in your mouth.
Fourth quarter, Columbia 14, Rutgers 14. Now from the 8, Iowa leading 9-3, 1st down.
No doubt about who jumped, but did Iowa make an offensive move?
Some of those Michigan State linemen, great ones. 97, Martin. 94 is Curl. 79, Ron Joseph. 96, Bill Dawson. Procedure against Iowa.
That'll make all of the people in the Navy happy.
So, half the distance to the goal line. 1st down and 14. Sticky. Larry Lawrence.
And you don't like to run that option play and have to throw the lateral that close to your own goal line.
And it appeared that he was aware about it, the fact that his own goal line was just behind him.
I'm certain that he was.
Now Lawrence limps off the field. Seelick, number 16 of Iowa City, a senior, comes into the ball game. Second down, correction, 1st down and 18 from the 4. And trying to turn out of there. 2nd down play. It was right the first time. Rich Saul. That brings up a 3rd. And now 29. Steve Penny comes into the Iowa lineup with that much time, 6:22 remaining, 3rd quarter. This period, Iowa has 1 net yard. Penny. So with the 4th down, it'll undoubtedly be Kerry Reardon who will be in the punt. Ron Curl playing his usual defensive game for Michigan State.
And the pressure will really come on this time, Chris, as Michigan State senses an opportunity to get great field position following the punt. They're getting ready to put on the big rush, everyone on the line of scrimmage.
Number 38, Tom Kuczynski, the 8th Iowa punt. Kuczynski looking at it at his own 39. 35-30 of Iowa, 25-20, 20-15-10. And a marker goes down. And that brings out the offensive unit of Michigan State. Rich Saul on the tackle. That's Rich Saul, number 88. Face mask violation.
And that makes it marvelous field position.
Oh, it does. .64 coming into the Iowa lineup is Rich Stepanek. So it's half the distance to the goal line. To the Iowa goal line, the 4.
And Michigan State had a good look at this Iowa goal line defense on their first possession. It's a 6-5.
Highsmith, the ball carrier. McDowell in on the tackle, and Eli. And now 61 comes in for the Iowa defense, Mike Edwards. With the ball at the 3-yard line, second down, goal to go for Michigan State. An opportunity to not only tie it up, but go ahead, as Iowa missed the point after attempt earlier. Highsmith, the line of scrimmage. That loose ball, apparently the whistle had blown.
The crowd doesn't agree.
This is homecoming at Iowa Stadium. Loss of a yard, actually, so it'll be third down, goal to go. Michigan State.
Remember, a 1970 Buick Electra, just $139 a month. Keystone Car Leasing. Call them now at KE9-2454. Not only will you get information on car leasing, you'll also find out about that beautiful free gift that's waiting for you. It's Keystone's way of showing their appreciation. So call KE9.
The linemen must be able to hear the snap if they're going to get off sharply with the ball.
Left now is Coe, number 33. Highsmith and Smith are the setbacks. Whoops. Again, markers on the field.
And it looked like he must have gotten contact because he did get back.
So it's half the distance to the goal line. Third down, goal from the 1 3/4.
We're getting the size inside as number 74, Jerry Nelson, comes on for Iowa.
We'll get to our trading statistics. The advances are leading the declines 60% to 21%. 764 issues have advanced, 268 have declined, 234 have traded but have remained unchanged and have accounted for 19% of our gross. The up volume leads down volume 78% to 11%, with 2,750,000 shares trading in these 764 issues which have advanced, and only 410,000 shares trading in the 268 issues.
Each week throughout the fall, watch ABC.
Side. Industrials, since I started reading this, have gone up still further. They are now up 12.19. That means we'll have to revise that board again up above there to get that particular listing in to the picture. The transportation index is up 0.83, utilities up 0.32, and a very powerful uptick of 412. That means that 412 more issues have traded up and down in their last transaction. And this, of course, is the figure that we watch most closely during the day to determine which way the market is going at any given time. The volume, 3,570,000, is about the best that we've seen.
5. From the 22, let's see, Lawrence is back in the lineup now. The last series, he limped off the field. Calling signals now for the Hawkeyes. That was Don Osby, who was the intended receiver and slipped.
Lawrence appeared to be perfectly all right as he went back to pass. He was back quickly, set quickly.
Second down and 10 now from the 22 for Iowa. They trail by 1. We're in the third quarter. Dennis Green of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Rich Saul, number 88, getting up very slowly. And let's call his forward progress a yard. Third down and 9, Iowa.
Beautiful throw. He just lofted that ball in there softly over the end who was dropped off in front of the halfback.
Don Osby of Steubenville, Ohio, who caught the touchdown pass earlier.
Let's watch it again, slow motion. Osby taking the outside break. And that soft ball, you can see it coming over the end's head who had dropped off in front of the halfback. First down, Iowa.
At the 42-yard line of the Hawkeyes. And that was Kerry Reardon, incomplete.
It's one of those plays where you wonder, should Lawrence have run with the ball and picked up 4 or 5 sure yards? He thought the receiver was open, hit him, but he didn't quite hold it.
So now they come back to the 42-yard line where it'll be second down and 10. And Reardon, 22, coming back to the Iowa huddle along with Ray Manning, number 82. Out of the lineup for Michigan State, number 96, Bill Dawson. Cal Fox is in. Tom Smith, the fullback.
Beautiful execution of the screen pass.
Cal Fox and Clifton Hardy on the tackle for Michigan State. At the Michigan State 42, a 16-yard gain, first down. The 14th first down, Bud, for Iowa.
And the defensive end, Saul, had been dropping off, as you saw in the previous completed pass play. It makes room to throw the screen in that area.
Reardon at the right of your screen. The left, it's Osby. Green trying his best to get outside, but Doug Barr from Canton, Ohio was there.
And we've been talking about the great defensive play by the Iowa halfbacks. Barr gave it the same action that time for Michigan State.
Players in uniforms aren't the only students actively involved in college football games. The NCAA salutes the managers, majorettes, cheerleaders, pom-pom girls, band members, and thousands of collegians who come to cheer their school teams. They're all contributing to the excitement of this centennial season. Second down and 10 for Iowa from the Michigan State 42. And Larry Lawrence is inside the Spartan 30.
And there's no longer any doubt about whether he hurt that ankle as he lifted off the field a few moments ago.
10-9 is the score. Michigan State leading. Cal Fox on the tackle. Clock is running. That was the motion. The Iowa cheerleaders. 1 minute, 2 seconds. Now a minute remaining in the third quarter. Iowa with 15 first downs. Michigan State 6. Reardon, wing back to the near side. Up the middle to Penny.
It was a good call. You could see the rush was on, all the linebackers coming, but the adjustment made by the middle guard stopped the play.
Now the ball is at the 27-yard line. Second down and 7. Larry Lawrence, 12 of 24, 1 touchdown pass to Don Osby today. Osby's to the far side now. Osby's out there again. Osby has it. Out of bounds at the 11. 16 yards, first down.
Great execution on this play. Let's watch Osby in slow motion. You can see the rush by the outside linebacker of Michigan State. The square corner here. Plants those feet, breaks to the outside. Barr coming up. It's a perfect throw.
It's outside the 10 now. First down and 10 between the 10 and 11. Reardon to this side is a wingback in motion. And Reardon gets to the 6, 5 yards. Second down coming up.
Fine.
And we have the end of the third quarter here at Iowa Stadium in Iowa City. Listen to the fans. The score, Michigan State 10, Iowa 9. And now Iowa is on the move. 72 yards in 9 plays. They have 6 yards to go for a TD. It's 2nd and 5 at the 6 of the Spartans. Denny Green carrying on the play, number 44. And he did get across the Michigan State 5 to the 4, where he's met by Jay Breslin and Hardy.
And the statistics show Iowa clearly in the lead, at least statistically. 16 to 6 in first downs. Total yardage, 135 for Michigan State, 229 for Iowa. And they have not made any errors, where Michigan State has had 4 turnovers.
They need to get to the 1 in order for a first down. On 3rd down and 3, Michigan State comes plowing through. Will Martin in on the play. Don Law, number 95, a loss back to 11 yards. A loss of 7, 4th down and 10.
And believe me, that was a big play by the Spartan defense.
Schutte now will try a field goal. He has a 35-yarder to his credit. Alan Cassidy will snap the ball. Lawrence will hold from about the 19 plus the 10 of the end zone. 29 yards on an angle. It's up and good. Iowa regains the lead. That's the Hawkeye band after a Hawkeye field goal. You know, coming up following our telecast, it'll be boxing live from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. 2 nations clashing head-on for the first time ever in a dual boxing meet. The United States versus Russia. At ringside for the commentary, Howard Cosell and Cassius Clay. That'll be at 6 Eastern Time, 5 Central and Pacific Time.
Michigan State needs to get their passing attack moving. They've thrown 9 times. They've had 2 interceptions and 4 completions.
All right, here's the kickoff following the lead touchdown. Bobbled around by number 24, Eric Allen.
It often happens when the timing of the play breaks down with a fumble of that sort. The holes open up a little bit larger than perhaps they would.
And Coe picked it up then and brings it out verbally to his own 31-yard line. With Iowa in the lead, 12 to 10. We have 13 minutes, 44 seconds left in the ball game. Bill Triplett at quarterback. Coe split to the near side with Foreman in the slot. Don Highsmith carrying on the play, number 40.
And that tight 5-3 that Iowa's playing continues to be almost impossible for the Spartans to penetrate inside.
Number 63, Larry Eli of Des Moines, carried. Duffy Doherty talking to number 81, Bruce Kaliza. Coe split to the near side. 2nd down and 7. Highsmith. Eli again in on the play. Number 63 in the black Iowa jersey.
Really great pursuit. It looked as though they had the corner turned cleanly.
Highsmith now has carried the ball 12 times for 39 yards. And here in the fourth quarter, Kansas State leads Oklahoma 49-14. We better check that because earlier they had Kentucky leading Georgia. Triplett, nice fake, and wide open is Cole.
He laid that one in there.
No markers down, and it's a walloping touchdown of 63 yards. Bill Triplett to Steve Coe.
Let's watch it again. Coe, little outside fake, then turned the corner and went right past the halfback, and there came that ball perfectly in stride, and he's home free.
So now it is 16-12. Bud, will they go for two here?
I would rather think that they would.
For Triplett, that was his 5th touchdown this year passing, and they go for a pair. Triplett, and they get two to Don Highsmith. 18-12.
Very unusual play. They faked to Highsmith, and then he just drifted in there and became the #1 receiver.
Timeout here at Iowa Stadium in Iowa City, where the score is Michigan State 18, Iowa 12.
The new Chevrolet Caprice is sure to appeal to people.
Faking to the 25, and then out of bounds, joining our ABC camera there at about the 27-yard line. I don't know whether that's cameraman Mike Rebich or not. He had a pretty good blocker there for him, didn't he?
He's happy to be high.
All right, Iowa now, having lost the lead on a 63-yard scoring play. Triplett to Coe. With 12:13 to go, they have it at the 27 to Osby.
The rush again from the outside, halfback back deep, and the short hitch pattern wide open.
Awfully close to a first down, so I assume they will have a measurement now before bringing the ball into the hash marks. Incidentally, Coe, who caught that touchdown pass, had called only one before coming into this game. Earlier, he had a 38-yard touchdown pass called back, but that last one should make him very happy. Lawrence quarterbacking Iowa, 14 of 26 today for 150 yards. So they're looking on their indication that only inches for a first down. So it's second down now as we look at Coach Ray Nagel, head coach of Iowa. Ball just short of the 37. Michigan State leading 18-12. Reardon, the wingback, to the far side. Going fast is Crow.
Very fine play by Clifton Hardy as he came back in to get a hand in front of the ball as it was on target.
We just double-checked with Western Union, and the Kansas State score, Oklahoma score, was correct. Kansas State upsetting Oklahoma 49-14. Third down and inches for Iowa. And getting it, Larry Lawrence. First down, Hawkeyes. .12:59 left in the ball game. Michigan State 18, Iowa 12. .44 is Green of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. 82 Manning comes to the near side.
Days again where we have an exciting day going for us. And it's great. We have great pleasure in presenting this program to you. We also have great heartbreak in knowing that it's going to go off the air if we cannot continue financially. And the decision is up to you, not only the housewives in the kitchen, but the dentists in their office, the lawyers in their office, the advertising executives in their offices who watch. You'll be getting the latest information we can provide for you. We'll be having our crew of analysts writing up these letters for you. But you will not only do that, but you'll make it feasible for us to keep the program on, to provide this expensive type of programming which requires very sophisticated electronic equipment. And so, the beyond, the future, is up to you. Make the checks out to WCIU TV, Channel 26, Newsletter, Board of Trade Building, Chicago, Illinois.
Defensive lineup now. Doug Barr comes in, number 25 for the Spartans.
But they generally do not. They've gone from a 32 to a 35. We have a plus tick of 443. I'm writing this down, and that's why there's a slight delay. And the volume is, again, the sad factor in that it should be much stronger.
Earlier in the game, they tried that Statue of Liberty play, and that was the fake of the Statue of Liberty with a screen away from it, but Lawrence drifted the ball just a little bit too high. The receiver was open.
So it is 3rd down and 10. Iowa.
On the screen pass, if you have to float the ball, the secondary usually does come in. It's one of those that need to be delivered sharply so that the ball is not in the air very long.
Iowa, a team that won over Washington State and Arizona this year, losing to Wisconsin, Oregon State, and Purdue. A bullet to Reardon. Very near a first down.
And Reardon wonders if he was far enough for the first down. He came back just a little bit to get the ball and thought maybe he had come back one step too many.
First down for Iowa. Their drive is alive.
And let's watch it again on dual isolation. Lawrence dropping back. Regular drop back pattern. Reardon breaking to the outside. Lawrence winding up once and then drilling it in there as Reardon had come back, but he did make the necessary yardage for the first down.
Jay Breslin is number 42 in white. Ron Joseph 79, and 94 is Ron Curl. A gain, though, to the 34, a gain of 2, so it'll be 2nd down and 8. Larry Lawrence.
And his statistics begin to get impressive.
About 11 minutes left in the game. Michigan State 18, Iowa 12. This drive started at the 27. That's Cassidy, the center. Lofting one. Can he get to it? Kenny Carey, rather, Reardon, covered by Clifton Hardy on the play.
Let's watch it again on the dual isolation. Lawrence, you can see his foot was way back before he got the ball. He has lots of time. Reardon appears to be open had the ball been delivered just a little bit less wide. Reardon got his fingers on it, but it was just a little bit too far outside to hold.
3rd down and 8. At the Michigan State 34. And it's 4th down, and co-captain Rich Saul of Butler, Pennsylvania.
He stayed right on balance and just obliterated him as Lawrence tried to give him a little bit of a head fake and a juke.
So it'll be 4th down and 14. Michigan State leading 18-12. And Reardon, the wingback, will do the punting here. 10-11 to go in the game. Kuczynski is back. Doug Barr. And
Very fine kick.
excellent. It all started in 1869. Now each week it's college football on ABC. The score, Michigan State 18, Iowa 12.
They're moving, moving, moving. People in the know. They're moving to Sunoco, moving to Sunoco.
You know, most premium buyers don't really need premium, but regular gasoline won't do. That's where Sunoco Custom Blending comes in. Look, in addition to a great regular and a sizzling premium, only Sunoco offers these thrifty middle premiums. Higher octane than regular, yet priced below premium. Here's where most premium buyers can save real money. You get the power you want at the price you want to pay.
Sure glad I found Custom Blending. It's the best deal in town.
People in the know. They're moving to Sunoco.
When you stop at Sunoco, you go with confidence.
Our regional Big Ten battle has 9 minutes and 58 seconds remaining here at Iowa Stadium, Iowa City. Michigan State in the lead 18-12. Now State has the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 5.5. And bringing it out is Don Highsmith.
And you could see a perfect execution there from the end zone camera of the lead handoff inside. Fullback leading, picking off a linebacker.
Our end zone camera now, that's the huddle of Michigan State, where the team has a 2nd and 5. And that's the back of Coach Ray Nagel of Iowa. 2nd and 5 from the 11. Highsmith, short of the first down by a little less than a yard. Dan McDonald in on the tackle along with Jerry Johnson, number 46. There you see from the number 3 to the bullseye stake. And it's 3rd down. Triplet number 17. Coe is split to the near side with Foreman, 84, in the slot.
Highsmith, the ball carrier.
Kermit Smith, the fullback, carried the ball. Not Highsmith, as Dan McDonald makes the tackle.
And a big first down by Michigan State. They were backed up deep in their own territory by driving it out with those 3 running plays. They have a little bit more room to operate now, and even if they're forced to kick, will have put Iowa back in far less good field position.
But Bruce Kaliza, the right end, is out. Gary Van Eltz, number 86, is in for Michigan State. From the 17. That was Highsmith who had to sort of bring that ball back in. Don Highsmith, number 40, from New Brunswick, New Jersey, moving the ball out to the 23 for a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4.
When he gets that ball out wide in his hand, as he did on that play, it does help his balance, but it also makes the coaches a little nervous.
Kaliza back at an end, number 81, as Coe is split to the far side on 2nd and 4. Coe, that play looked a little bit familiar, Bud.
They hit it for the touchdown in the first half, but had it called back with an ineligible receiver down the field, and once again, Coe was wide open on it.
Intense watching here by 2 members of the crowd that numbers 56,471. Now we have a 3rd down and 4 for Michigan State at their own 23. They lead 18-12. It's been seesaw all the way. Hope you're enjoying our live color telecast from the state of Iowa. Triplet. Highsmith. Oh, he's got the first down for Michigan State.
And he's also got some moves.
He's a senior, Bud, who was their number 1 rusher He had scored 6 touchdowns coming into this game, and last week against Michigan carried the ball 30 times.
It's a very fine call, the rollout draw play. Iowa looking for Triplett to keep the ball as he sprinted to the outside.
And now from the 35, first down. And Highsmith carries for the 18th time today. Chris Hamilton in on the play for Iowa. Forward progress. Where is it marked? At about the 45. Highsmith, 79 yards today. And they need less than a yard for a first down on second down. 7:04 remaining. Highsmith, the Spartan first down.
And Iowa now is in the position of having to take the gamble of really being up in there tight to stop the Michigan State's surging running attack and taking a little bit of a gamble on the pass. I believe they will get in tight to try to stop the runs.
Thus far, total yards, Iowa with 255, Michigan State with 247. Next week, Michigan State plays host to Indiana in the Spartans' homecoming game. Bill Triplett, quarterback, going in from the 47 of Michigan State to the Iowa 46. Eli on the tackle.
A very short inside reverse by the quarterback. The quarterback usually runs a deep boot-like pattern. Triplett stayed close to the line of scrimmage on a run play all the way, turning up inside the defensive end.
Now it's second down and 3. That's Highsmith, number 40. In front of him, number 41, Kermit Smith. And the deep back. Carrying on the play. Johnson on the tackle. It's another first and 10 as the Spartans continue their drive. Starting at their own 6, they now have come to the Iowa 40. We mentioned that Michigan State plays Indiana in East Lansing next week. Iowa is host to Minnesota right here. Triplett. And helping to make that hole was 70. Ron Saul, the other half of the Saul twin combination from Butler, Pennsylvania.
And he made an excellent block on the defensive end.
They have a brother, Bill Saul, who was a great player at Penn State. Older brother. And as those two Saul boys played at Butler, their high school quarterback, same team, was Terry Hanratty. There's a timeout here at Iowa Stadium where the score is Michigan State 18, Iowa 12. Let's return to our studios for this message. Remaining Michigan State with a 2nd and 7 at the 37 of Iowa. No gain on the play. Don Highsmith bringing up a third down is Larry Eli. He's had quite a day, joined by Tom Hayes, number 41 of Atlantic, Iowa. Highsmith now has carried 15 times in this half for 62 yards. 3rd and 7 from about the 37.
Iowa slipping another back to replace the lineman, expecting the pass or the wide play and wanting speed in the pursuit.
Foreman and Coe to the far side. Highsmith. He didn't make it. Dan McDonald, a junior, in on the play. Joined in there by Cavol, Jerry Johnson.
This is shaping up for the perfect timing for the great finish if you're an Iowa fan. After they get the ball here, will they be able to move it?
4th down and 6 now. And back to punt is Pat Miller. A little wind to his back. Kicks from the 46. And he really got his foot into that one. So it'll be Iowa's ball. And following this telecast from Iowa City, it'll be boxing. Amateur boxing. The United States going against Russia. Live from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. 6 Eastern Time, 5 Central Time. Should be quite a dual meet. Now with 3:45 to go. From the 20-yard line, Ray Nagel's Hawkeyes have the ball 1st and 10, trailing by 6 points. Reardon to the near side of the field. Lawrence, the quarterback. Throwing long, and Don Osby has it around the 35 for a first down.
And Michigan State going into their sure pass pattern defense with the 2 halfbacks back and 5 men playing man-to-man. Here's Osby starting down the field. And he just has got too much speed as he breaks it to the outside.
From the 35 now, the shift into the split end flanker. And Lawrence coming up near midfield. A 14-yard run. Melvin Morris blocking on the play.
He really broke that one. Beautiful execution of the option.
Iowa, 21 first downs. State has 11. Osby split to the far side. Reardon couldn't hang on to it.
He was looking to pick up that extra 4 or 5 yards on the hitch pattern, let the ball slip through his hands.
3:15 to go. Iowa trailing by 6 points. Ball is near the hash mark, the 48 of Iowa, with a 2nd and 10. Now in at split end is Dave Krull. Reardon to the far side. Blockers ahead. Oh, but a great play from behind at the Michigan State 40. Bill Dawson in on the play. Ken Little, number 85. But for the Hawkeyes, it's a first down with 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go. The ball is at the Michigan State 40 and a half.
And the call, of course, puts pressure on Michigan State if they want to try to rush the passer. The screen usually is open, as it was on that last play.
That's Reardon, flanked to the far side, eye in the backfield, ends tight. On the option, pitched out to Green. And Green is inside the 35.
Well, and it was an unfortunate thing. Tom Smith, the fullback, looked back to see whether the ball had been pitched, and while he was looking back, the ball carrier broke right past him.
Hogan and Hardy on the tackle for Michigan State at the 35.
And
2nd and 5.
No huddle by Iowa.
Right. Lawrence. Time running out. Ooh. Rich Saul put the rush on Lawrence. Pass intended for Reardon. Doug Barr covering. 2:15 to go. Now it's 3rd down at about 5.
Beautiful rush that time by Saul. Had he not been there, that pass was certainly going to be completed. The receiver was wide open. Lawrence simply did not have quite time to draw the bead.
Now the fans are saying, go, Lawrence, go. Osby split to the far side. Reardon flanked to the near side. Rolling, looking, running. And he is down near the 32, missing the first down by more than 2 yards, bringing up a 4th down. When was the last time you saw a college football game in person? If it's been a while, why not go out next week? But right now, here is Lawrence. For the 2nd time today, hurt on a play.
It is a very unfortunate time to have your quarterback bunged up with 4.
Tough break.
And this is a little tough moment for the new quarterback, Seelick, coming in with 4th and about 2.
At the 33 of Michigan State and trailing by 6 points with 1:57 seconds left in the game.
When you come in cold and you've got to make it on the first play, the pressure is really on.
Reardon to the far side. This is a senior throwing, and it appears they made the first down. Ray Manning.
He laid it in there on a dime, as cool as you could be.
What a catch by Manning. He had to go up in the air, run it out. Jay Breslin on the tackle. Number 82 is Manning. 1:50 to go now. The ball is on the Michigan State 27.
And Iowa has taken their second timeout. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Let's watch that last play again in slow motion. Seelig dropping back on his first play, getting good protection against the big rush by Michigan State, throwing it while he's dropping back, and watch Manning go up for that ball. And watch how he is hit just as he catches it. And he hit hard, but he kept the ball.
Now the coaches are Seelig. Out goes Osby. Osby. Hardy.
It looked like he was relatively open, but that he didn't time his jump too well.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now at the 28 of Michigan State. Steve Penny in at fullback, number 29. Loss of about a yard to the 28, so it'll be 3rd down 11 with 1:36 to go. Ken Little, big defensive play for Michigan State.
Seelig did a good job. The rush was on. He was running a bootleg pattern, and when the rush is on and you come off the fake, moving to the top of the screen here for a right-handed player, he's got to turn around to get ready to throw it. He did an excellent job to get back to the line of scrimmage.
But a big day sports, ABC, this game and 3 other regional games. And following this, we'll have college football today, all the scores, Bud Palmer. And, of course, then the USSR boxing matches from Las Vegas live. The ball back at the 28, 3rd down and 11. Mike Cruel, number 30, the far side, a speedster. Seelig looking. It's out there to Cruel. He's open. He's at the 10. He busts his way out of bounds at the 7.
They had single coverage on him, and he really made a great move. He drove that halfback back, then took it on that outside, wide open, great throw. Let's watch it again. Really turning on the speed downfield. Then taking that outside break as the halfback retreated, stayed inbounds to pick up 3 extra yards.
And it's 1st and goal to go at the 5.5. There's Duffy Daugherty of Michigan State. They lead by 6 points, 18-12. 1:29 left in the ball game. Kroll, number 30, split left. Reardon flanked right. Seelig throwing into the end zone. Touchdown. The score is tied. Reardon catching the ball. And Iowa has come from behind again.
And Seelig has proven himself to be a very valuable man coming off the bench and coolly moving his team into the touchdown after Lawrence was injured.
12 plays, 80 yards. And now, Bud, that important point after touchdown to break the tie score with 1:25 to go. Schutte, who is not accustomed to kicking point after, or correction, he's kicked a lot of them. I'm thinking of Suter of Michigan State.
And we have Michigan State taking a timeout to decide just exactly how they're going to put the pressure on. Very unusual place and time to do this, but a very wise decision.
And we also note that Larry Lawrence, the injured quarterback, has come in to hold for the tie-breaking point after. Gives us an opportunity here to thank Ray Nagel, the head coach, his staff, the athletic director, Forrest Evashevsky, who had so many great years coaching the Iowa Hawkeyes, who's now the athletic director, and George Wine, the sports information director here at Iowa. And also our appreciation to Coach Duffy Daugherty, his staff, and Biggie Munn, former coach, now director of athletics, and Fred Stabley, sports information director at MSU in East Lansing. 18 to 18 with 1:25 to go. We are awaiting the point after attempt by the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Just about the time you think you've got one wrapped up, they move 80 yards on you. That's what Duffy's thinking.
It's up and good.
Well, the spontaneous enthusiasm along that Iowa bench.
Player injured down there.
Reardon moving inside and then cutting that square corner, man-to-man coverage, and the man covering has the misfortune to slip, fall down as Seelig lays it in there perfectly, and Iowa is ahead.
Well, they beat the drums here in the rolling hills of Iowa City. Alan Schutte of the Hawkeyes now will kick to Michigan State.
And Michigan State has 2 timeouts remaining and 1:25 on the clock.
Disappointed cheerleader, but the game isn't over yet. This is Eric Allen, number 24, finding a hole, getting up to about. Bill Triplett in at quarterback now. Steve Coe split to the near side. Foreman is in the slot. Triplett looking and throwing to Coe, but defensively, the interception here
And there are
by
some
Rich
happy Iowans.
Solomon. Rich Solomon becomes an instant hero here at Iowa Stadium on the first play. Following the kickoff, Iowa regains possession on the 3rd interception of the afternoon. 2 by Hamilton, 1 by Solomon. Minute 17 left on the score clock here. Iowa leads 19 to 18 as they battle for their first Big Ten victory in 3 games. Seelig. All on college football today. Immediately following this telecast, and then stay tuned for the boxing match. United States against Russia live. There's the Michigan State cheerleader. Upset, and we can't blame her. And Tom Smith, the sophomore fullback. Iowa with a very young backfield, not a senior in the group, except the quarterback who replaced junior quarterback Larry Lawrence.
And that was a big play. They're very close to the first down, coming in now for a measurement. Michigan State has the 1 timeout remaining, and I couldn't tell whether they took the timeout or whether the referee had taken it for the measurement. We'll know just as soon as the chains are back set. But if Iowa does pick up the first down, well, that's going to be all she wrote.
Iowa coming into this ball game defeated Washington State and Arizona, lost to Wisconsin, Oregon State, and Purdue. And they've had a homecoming jinx here for 6 years. They haven't won a homecoming game since 1963 when they defeated Indiana here at Iowa Stadium. Now the clock is running, 50 seconds to go.
And I think they're going to snap it a little quicker than Ray Nagel wishes they would.
Seelig. Again, like a young colt.